equating the real and imaginary parts separately, we'll get two equations. 4x plus 9y is equal to 3, equation number 1, and 2x minus 7y is equal to 13. Call this equation number 2. So we solve these two equations simultaneously. We'll get x is equal to 3, and you'll get y is equal to minus 1. Okay, so that finishes the first question. We now move on to the second question. Second question is, write the additive inverse of. So if you remember the definition of additive inverse, I first say let z1 is equal to minus 2 plus 3i. So what is the additive inverse of a complex number? As I told you, if you remember, you just change the sign of the real and the imaginary parts, you'll get the additive inverse, right? So therefore, additive inverse of z1 is z2 equal to, change the signs from minus 2, the real part is minus 2, so it becomes plus 2, and the imaginary part is plus 3, so it becomes minus 3. This is the additive inverse. Okay, I had shown you in detail when I was discussing the theory part that how we actually getting the additive inverse. Okay, so that as simple as this. This is mostly for your multiple choice questions. Number 3, multiplicative inverse. Find the multiplicative inverse of each of the following complex numbers. I say let z1 is equal to 2 plus 2i, which can also be written as twice 1 plus I. So multiplicative inverse of z1, therefore z1 is z2 equal to, if you remember, I told you multiplicative inverse is nothing but the reciprocal of the complex number. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to express this in the form a plus ib. So you multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 minus I. So you get 1 minus I by twice 1 minus I square. You get 1 minus I by twice I square is minus 1, so this becomes 1 plus 1, 2. It becomes 1 minus I by 4. So now if you separate the real and imaginary parts, you will get 1/4 minus 1/4 I. This is the multiplicative inverse. Okay. Let's see the second question, 3 part 2. Here also you need to find out the multiplicative inverse. I say let z1 is equal to 3 plus 4i divided by 4 minus 5i. Therefore, multiplicative inverse of z1 is z2 equal to 1 by z1, reciprocal of z1. 1 by 3 plus 4i divided by 4 minus 5i, which can now be written as 4 minus 5i divided by 3 plus 4i. Okay, now you need to express this in a plus ib form. So you multiply the numerator and denominator by what? Anyone?
So 3 minus 4i.
3 minus 4i. Okay. And you multiply the the numerator normally. You get 12 minus 6i minus 15i plus 20i square. And the denominator, you get 3 square minus 4i square. So here you get 12 minus 20, because plus 20i square means minus 20. And here you have minus 21i. 15 plus, this is 16, not 6. Okay. So you get 31i divided by 9 minus 16i square. So here you get minus 8 minus 31i divided by 9 plus 16 will give you 25. So now you separate the real and imaginary parts. Minus 8 by 25 minus 31 by 25i. Or you can also write this as minus 8 by 25 plus minus 31 by 25i. That means this is your real part, negative, and the imaginary part is also a negative real number. Okay. Moving on to the next one. 3 part 3. Before starting this, so I start by saying that Z1 is equal to 2 plus 3i into 3 plus 2i into I divided by 5 plus I. Okay. Now, before finding out the multiplicative inverse, just simplify this a little. You can multiply I with any of the two. You can either multiply with this or with this. Okay. So let's multiply with the first one. So you get 2i plus 3i square into 3 plus 2i divided by 5 plus I. So now you have minus 3 plus 2i, because 3i square is minus 3, and you have 3 plus 2i divided by 5 plus I. Now if you see clearly, this is a plus b form. This is your a plus b, and this is your a minus b form, right? This is minus a plus b. In fact, b plus a into b minus a form, right? So this will be a square minus b square. So a square minus b square divided by 5 plus I, which is equal to 4i square minus 9 divided by 5 plus I. Now you put I square is equal to minus 1. You will get minus 4 minus 9 divided by 5 plus I. So you have minus 13 divided by 5 plus I. Okay, so now we can find out the multiplicative inverse. Therefore, multiplicative inverse of Z1 is Z2 equal to 1 by Z1, which is equal to 1 by minus 13 by 5 plus I, which can now be written as 5 plus I divided by minus 13. Now you separate, you get minus 5 by 13 plus 1 by 13i, and that should be your answer. Okay, any question? This is 1 plus 5i, right? Okay, 5 plus I, no problem. Or is it 1 plus 5i? No, this is 5 plus I. Okay, any question here?
No, sir.
Is there a delay between my voice and writing?
No, sir.
Next question for part 1. Simplify. So how do you simplify this? 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I to the power of 4n plus 1, where n can be any positive integer or a negative integer also. Positive or negative integer, or maybe 0 also, any integer. So how do you forget about the power first? We simplify what is the base. So you have 1 plus I here, and you have, because you have 1 minus I in the denominator, you multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 plus I. To the power of 4n plus 1. So now this is 1 plus I whole square. And in the denominator, you have a plus b into a minus b form. So this becomes 1 minus I square. Now numerator, you expand by a plus b whole square formula. You get 1 plus I square plus 2I divided by I square, put I square is equal to minus 1. You get 1 minus 1, which is 2 to the power of 4n plus 1. Now in the numerator also you put I square is equal to minus 1. You get 1 minus 1, which actually cancels, plus 2I by 2 to the power of 4n plus 1. So this and this cancel. So you simply get 2I by 2 to the power of 4n plus 1. Again 2 and 2 will cancel. You simply get I to the power of 4n plus 1. Now I to the power of 4n plus 1, we can simplify this further. You can write this as I to the power of 4n into I, which can now be written as I to the power of 4 whole to the power of n into I, which is equal to, now you can write I to the power of 4 as I square of I square, and this whole thing raised to the power of n into I. Now I square you know is minus 1, right? Minus 1 square to the power of n into I. Now minus 1 raised to an even power is 1, so you simply get 1 to the power of n into I, which is equal to I. And that is what your answer is. Okay. 4-2. Very important problem, and something that we'll do later also. Okay, so try to understand this problem. Now you need to simplify root over of 5 plus 12y plus root over of 5 minus 12y divided by root over of 5 plus 12y minus 5 minus 12y. So first of all, let us deal with let us try to express 5 plus 12y as a perfect square. Okay, because if I can express 5 plus 12y as a perfect square, then I can remove the radical, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So now see, 5 plus 12y, I want to write this as a 2ab, so that later on I can write this as a square plus b square. Then it will be a perfect square, isn't it? It will be a plus b whole square. So that is what I'm trying to do here. So write 5 here as it is. Now 12, you can break it up as 2 into 6i, because I need a 2 here. That is why. Okay, next what I can do is I can write this as 2. Now see, 6i can either be written as 2 into 3i, right? You can write this way, or you can also write this as 5 plus 2 into 2i into 3, isn't it? These two ways you can write.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But the
sir.
point is, which one should I accept, this one or this one? That depends on this, whether I can depends on this number. Suppose I take this form, then can I write this? So this becomes my a, this becomes my b. So if I write this as a square plus b square plus 2 into 3i, will I get 5? Will this be equal to 5? That is my question. 4 minus 9i square, is it equal to 5? This one, if you put I square is equal to minus 1, no, it will be equal to 13, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So that means we cannot accept this form. That means we'll accept this form. So what I do here is I write this as 2i into 3. 5 plus, I write this as 2i into 3. So now see what happens. This becomes 2i whole square plus 3 square plus 2 into 2i into 3. Yes, now see, I'm getting 4i square plus 9 plus 2 into 3i into 3. Now will this be equal to 5? 9 minus 4 is equal to 5, right?
Yes, sir.
That means we'll accept this form. That means now we can write this as 3 plus 2i or 2i plus 3 whole square, right? So I have expressed 5 plus 2i as a perfect square, right? Now what else do you have? Similarly, 5 minus 12i must be equal to 3 minus 2i whole square, right? Now we'll put it in the expression. 5 plus 12i plus root 5 minus 12i divided by root 5 plus 12i minus square root 5 minus 12i. So root over of 5 plus 12i, I have written it as a perfect square, 3 plus 2i whole square plus root, this is 3 minus 2i, okay, this is root over of again 3 plus 2i whole square minus 3 minus 2i whole square. Okay, so now we can write this as 3 plus 2i, because we can remove the radical, because under the radical we have a perfect square, plus 3 minus 2i divided by 3 minus 2i minus 3 minus 2i. Now I open the brackets, 3 plus 2i plus 3 minus 2i divided by 3 minus 2i minus 3 plus 2i, which is equal to, now plus 2i and minus 2i will cancel here. You simply get 6 in the numerator. In the denominator, what will happen? Plus 3 and minus 3 will cancel. Okay, and this should be plus. So I simply get 4i, right? So now what I'll do, I'll cancel this to get 3 by 2i. Now because I is there in the denominator, I'll multiply the numerator and denominator by I square. So now I square is equal to minus 1. So I simply get 3 minus 3 by 2 I. And that's your answer. Understood this?
Yes, sir.
This is how we'll see. This is finding the square root of a complex number. Okay, we'll deal with this in the second term, how to find out the square roots of a negative number, of a complex number. In fact, there is another way which you will find a better way of finding out the square root. But for the time being, this is a method by inspection, finding square root of complex numbers by inspection. Numbers by inspection. There's an algebraic way also in which you don't have to, deal with trial and error. We'll see that. But if you have this method in your kitty also, it is of much use. Okay. So we'll move on to the next problem. Number 5. Perform the indicated operation and give your answer in the form x plus yi, where x and y are real numbers. So the point here is you simply have to write these numbers in x plus yi form. So look at the first one, 2 minus square root minus 25 divided by 1 minus square root minus 16. First write it as a complex number, 2 minus square root 25i divided by 1 minus square root 16i. It can be written as 2 minus 5i divided by 1 minus 4i. Now I multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 plus 4i. Okay, so now you multiply. As you multiply, normally 2 plus 8i minus 5i minus 20i square. And denominator you get 1 square minus 4i whole square, which is equal to, now see, if you put I square is equal to minus 1, you get plus 20. So 20 and 2 and 20 add up to 22. And 8 minus 5 add up to 3 plus 3i divided by 1 minus 16i square. So this is 22 plus 3i divided by 1 plus 16, which is 22 plus 3i divided by 17. So you have 22 by 17 plus 3 by 17i, which is of the form x plus yi. Yes, I'll move on to the next one then.
Yes, sir.
5 2. You have 5 plus 2i divided by minus 1 plus root 3i. Again, you need to multiply the numerator and denominator by what? 1 plus root 3i, right? Then it will become a plus b into a minus b form. Okay. So now you can multiply the numerator as it is to get 5 plus 5 root 3i plus 2i plus 2 root 3i square. And in the denominator, you are going to get a square minus b square form. Which one is a? If you see, a here is root 3i. And b square, b is 1. So a square minus b square. So you get 2 root 3i square. So I square, if you put minus 1, this become minus 2 root 3. So 5 minus 2 root 3 is your real part, right? In the numerator. Now from the i's, you can take I common to get 2 plus 5 root 3 I divided by root 3i square is 3i square minus 1. So now this is 5 minus 2 root 3 plus 2 plus 5 root 3 I. If you put I square is equal to minus 1, you get minus 3. So minus 3 minus 1 becomes minus 4. Now you separate the real and imaginary parts. You get 5 minus 2 root 3 divided by minus 4. This is your real part. And your imaginary part will be 2 plus 5 root 3 divided by minus 4 I, which can also be written as 2 root 3 minus 5. If you multiply the numerator and denominator by minus 1 to make the denominator positive, minus 2 plus 5 root 3 by 4 I, which is of the form x plus yi. Okay. Next one, number 3. This is also an easy one. 5 minus 3i divided by 6 plus I. Need to multiply the numerator and denominator by 6 minus I. Now you multiply the numerator as it is. And denominator is of the form a square minus b square. So you get here 30 minus 23i minus 3 divided by, this is 36 minus 1. So numerator you are left with 27 minus 23i divided by 37. Now you separate, you get 27 by 37 minus 23 by 37i, which is of the form x plus yi. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Can move on to the next one. Next one is a little calculation intensive. You need to be very careful with your calculations. Number 4. You have, see here, you have root 5 minus 7i into root 5 minus 7i square plus minus 2 plus 7i. Okay, so let's first find out root 5 minus 7i whole square. Let's find out what this is. So this is expand by a square, a minus b whole square formula, a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, so this becomes 5 plus 49i square minus 14 root 5 I. Put I square is equal to minus 1. You get 5 minus 49 I minus 14 root 5. No, this 5 minus not I. Simply 5 minus 49. Minus 14 root 5 I. So this becomes 5 minus 49 is minus 44. So minus 44 minus 14 root 5 I. Okay. This is your root 5 minus 7i whole square. Also, find out this minus 2 plus 7i. Again, expand by a minus b whole square formula. You will get a square, considering 7i as a square, plus b square minus 2 into a into b. So here you get 49i square plus 4 minus 28i. 49i square is minus 49 plus 4 minus 28i. Right? So what do you get here? You get here minus 45 minus 28i. Okay, we have found out the values of these two. Now we'll put it in the expression. So therefore, root 5 minus 7i into root 5 minus 7i whole square plus minus 2 plus 7i. Put the values here. What have we got? This root 5 minus 7i will remain as it is. And what have we got here? 5 root 5 minus 7i minus 44 minus 14 root 5i. Right? And minus 2 plus 7i. Yeah, minus 45 minus 28i. Right? So now you multiply the first two. What will you get? You'll get minus 44 root 5 minus Now you see here root 5 into 14 root 5. Root 5 will combine to give you 5, right? So 14 into 5 will be how much? 70. 70i. Is this clear? Is this step clear? Multiplication of this into this. Root 5 into root 5 will give you 5. Into 14 will give you 70. And there's an I. Clear with this multiplication?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again 7i into minus 4 will give you minus 308i. Okay. And 7i into 14 root 5 will give you plus 98 root 5 I square, in fact, because you have an I and an I here, I square, right? And these you will write as it is, minus 45 minus 28i. Now you put I square is equal to minus 1. So you get minus 44 root 5 minus 70i minus 308i. And if you put I square is equal to minus 1, you get minus 98 root 5 minus 45 minus 28i. Now add up the real and the imaginary parts separately. So how much will you get? You add up these two. How much will you get? Minus 142 root 5, right? And there's a 45 here. So you get minus 45, right? And if you add the i's together, so you have, this is plus 308i. Yes, this should be plus 308i. Because when you're multiplying these two, the minus signs are going to combine to give you a plus. Okay, so this is, if you add up the i's, you'll get 210i. And that is your answer. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
This was a little calculation intensive. You have to be very careful with the signs. Prove that. Number 6. 4 plus 3 root minus 20. 4 plus 3 root minus 20. You have this to the power of half, right? To the power of half means what? Square root, isn't it? So what I do here is I try to express this as a perfect square. I write this as 3 into root 20i, right? Now what I do is I try to express root 20 as a mixed surd. Root 20 as a mixed surd will be what? How much? I think 2 root 5, right? Isn't it? 2 root 5i.
Yes, sir.
So now this will be, I can write this as 4 plus 2 into 3 root 5i. Right? Now the question is, I have got a 2. This I must have this in the AB form, right? So let's write this as, yes, I was right. 3 root 5i. Okay. Now I want to write this as, I want to express this as 2ab. I already have a 2. So only this, the question is 2ab. This, which one should I take as A? Which one should I take as B? Now 3i root 5 can be split as 3 root 5 into I. You can split it this way, right? So if I split it this way, will I get A square plus B square form? Let's see. 3 root 5 square plus I square. Will it give me 4? This one? Will it give me 4? I doubt it. It will not give me. 9 into 5, 45 minus 1 will not give me 4, right? So therefore, we cannot accept this breakup. What is the next breakup? What is the next breakup? 3 into root 5i, another breakup? Yes?
Yes, sir.
That means 3 root 5i. Now let's check whether it will give me 4. 3 square plus root 5 I square. Will it give me 4? This is 9 and this is minus 5
Yes.
plus 5I square. Yes, it is giving me 4. That means this is
Yes.
my correct breakup. So therefore, I'll break it up as 3 square plus root 5 I square plus 2 into 3 into root 5I. So that now this becomes 3 plus root 5I whole square. Right? So similarly, 4 minus 3 root minus 20 is equal to, I can write just 3 minus root 5I whole square, right? So therefore,
Yes,
what is
sir.
the given expression? 4 plus 3 root minus 20 to the power of half plus 4 minus 3 root minus 20 to the power of half. You can write this as 3 plus 5I square. The connection may go anytime, okay? The meeting time is ending. I hope you can simplify on your own. 3 minus root 5I, which is square, to the power of half. So this becomes 3 plus root 5I plus 3 minus root 5I. So here root 5I will cancel. Your answer is 6. Okay, so I'll stop here.